So we'll quickly try to finish the environment portion of 2020. First, about tiger estimate. As you know, there was tiger census. So we have increased the tiger population, achieved the targets. So biggest increase is seen in Madhya Pradesh and is the highest in the country, followed by the five. Decline was spread over three out of five tiger landscapes: Shivalik, the Western Ghats, Northeast, while Central and Sundarbans showed an increase. So increase is not in all, but these two you can remember this. And there was no tiger in the Buxa, Dampa, and Palamu Tiger Reserve. So technologies in the report are M stripes is there. There is catrat. No, there is M stripes. There is catrat. There is catrat extract, and then there is CE, CR. So these are the things which are there. And there is cytochrome B marker. There is maximum entropy models. Tiger conservation efforts in India are Project Tiger is part of the tiger conservation effort. There is NTCA. Globally, we have GTI. GTI. There is Saint Petersburg Summit in Russia. Aims to double tigers, and then Global Tiger Recovery Program. There's Global Tiger Forum, the only intergovernmental body established as TX2. The WWF is implementing TX2, and then there is CATS Conservation Assurance, Conservation Assured Tiger Standards. Criteria to allow tigers to check their maintenance, lead social conservation, support part of TX2. And when coming to the Royal Bengal tiger, it's native to India, but it's found in Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, China, and Burma. Also, India is home to 80% tropical rainforest, marshes, and tail grasses. Umbrella species conservation status endangered, Schedule 1, and Appendix 1 of sites. And then tiger corridors in the country, 32 major corridors, stretch of land linking tiger habitats. I think it is mandated as per management interventions are operationalized through tiger conservation plan, which is mandated under the Wildlife Protection Act, divided into four landscapes roughly. So Shivalik, the Gangetic, the Central India, Western, Eastern Ghats, and Northeast corridor. So coming to Tiger Reserve, we have Amrabad. So in principle, Krillians, Ranium, and Alamala Hills. So forming the from major tributaries in the catchment of Krishna River. This is the largest tiger reserve in the Nagarjuna Sri Salem Tiger Reserve. Tribes in Amrabad is dominant tribe. Amrabad is dominated by Chenchus, tribe, and then archaeological classified contains the ruins of Nagarjuna Vishwajalayam. Buddhist scholar Nagarjuna. So Nagarjuna. Paki, we know it's in Arunachal Pradesh, I think much here, and it's 44, India's longest highway from Srinagar to Kanyakumari. It cuts through the wildlife corridors of Kana, Pench, Bandhavgarh, and it's 44. And then 6 is the second longest highway, passes from Surat to Kolkata. So this is there. And then coming to snow leopard, as well as the snow leopard action assessment in India. So fourth steering committee is part of the global snow leopard ecosystem. It's an intergovernmental alliance of 12 countries. And snow leopard countries are, as we know, India is obviously there. There's Nepal, Bhutan, China, Mongolia, Russia, too, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. So this is the thing, and then leopard population estimation in India is prepared by Wild Institute of India National Conservation. There are 2% total habitats are only 2% total habitats of snow leopard, which is vulnerable. Snow leopard is vulnerable or endangered. The Schedule 1, Appendix 1, CMF, and then India I found 3,000 to 5,000 spanning across Jammu, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Threats we know conservation, snow leopard, central sponsor scheme, secure Himalaya was there, sponsored by GEF and UNDP is there. Cheetah, as we know, cheetah produced cheetah from planning, but it was nearly extinct in India's population. The cheetah, Kuno Palpur, Chapar Sanctuary. It's up. Cheetah is a keystone species, and then it declared officially extinct in 1980. Oldest of the big cats, the world's fastest land mammal. The problems like human wildlife conflict always happen. African cheetah is vulnerable. Asian cheetah is critically endangered. So moving forward, the great one-horned rhinoceros. The report is also important. Kaziranga National Park, and then so India is one of the largest of the rhino species. Indian rhino is one of the largest of the rhino species. Is key fact, and then home to 85%. So rhinos in India are found in parts of UP, West Bengal, and Assam. It's vulnerable by the Protection Act Schedule 1. Indian rhino is post for its horn. The rhino vision attain to world population of at least this Kaziranga National Park in Assam holds 70% of the world's population. And then, as you know, this Popitora, all these sanctuaries become important. So other protected areas, namely Manas is there. There is Buruchori, Kachamuri, uh, and then Kochmuri, and then Deoru Saikova, Orang. So all these are there. Great Indian Bustard is also important endemic to Indian subcontinent. Desert National Park already asked last year. So there's Nalia, Gujarat, Varora, Maharashtra and Bellary of Karnataka. So these areas, I'm sorry, remember, Rajasthan has the highest population. Thought to completely disappear from the states of so and so, semi-arid. Great Indian Bustard is placed in Schedule 1 of Indian Wildlife Protection Act. It's critically endangered, as you know. Project Godavan is somewhere, and then you have the endangered species. Next one, CMS1. Karnataka is also planning. Then come to the olive ridley turtles. Olive ridley turtles, no, Gahirmatam are known for their mass roosting. Gahirmata, located in Odisha, is one of the world's largest olive ridley. Look at observe the map. There is Damra port. There is olive ridley nesting. There is Paradeep. And then there is Mahanadi River. There is Devi River, Rushikulya River. This is about this, and then about olive ridley turtles, the smallest and abundant of all sea turtles. It's called Aribada. Mass nesting is called Aribada. It's vulnerable under CITES, Appendix 1. They are carnivorous and feed mainly on jellyfish, shrimp, snails, crab, mollusks. This is about it. And then government initiatives are like Operation Oliva, Operation Save Kurma, Wildlife Protection Act. Draft plan on the you can ignore this draft plan, but just know that many species are there: raptors, pheasants, are there, busters, hornbill cranes. So, moving forward, important bird areas, you know, listed by BirdLife International. So, BirdLife International is an important body, and Salim Ali Institute of Ornithology, Center for Ornithology. It's registered as a society under Union Minister as a president. So, okay. Right, and then there's migratory lake dye in Sambar Lake, as you know, because of even botulism. It's caused by bacteria Clostridium botulinum. This was a concern, and then because it affects the nervous system of birds, Clostridium botulinum. So BOD is the amount of oxygen dissolved, oxygen needed by anaerobic biological organs to break down the organic material. And Sambar Lake is the largest inland water lake, and then Archaea, it's a new Archean discovered in Sambar Lakes, primitive group, and then we have not all animals migrate by choice campaign. It's by United UN Environment India and Wildlife Control Board. Not all animals migrate by choice. So it's about WCCD. So well, this WCCB is a statutory body, and then we have the CMS, that is the Bonn Convention, and then additional theme. Mascot is Gibby, as we know, and then moving forward, 10 species. Decision appendix 1. There are certain species. You see the species. Appendix 1, Asian elephant, jaguar, great Indian bustard, Bengal florican. There's little bustard, albatross, and then urial, smooth hammered, shark. These are some of the things in Appendix 2. So, this is about it. Now, party and party. India is under party. And observe this, and then CMS is under the aegis of UNEP, Bonn, Germany, 1979, legally binding to memorandum. Two things: Appendix 1, threatened extinction. Appendix 1 is there. Appendix 2 also we have the state of birds report released by no, CMS. Key highlights are 101 species of concern like laptors, specialist vultures. India's vulture catastrophic population in 90s Duclophonic. So India's vulture catastrophic population declines started in the 1990s. So there are four species of buster which are declining. Reasons for decline, as you know, they have declined 25%. Moving forward, we have the protected areas, wildlife sanctuary, animal habitats, protected area, wildlife protection in 1972. There are more than 500 wildlife sanctuaries in India. National parks, we know, more protected. They're more protected. Wildlife Protection Act is there. Also, the state government power to declare anything, certain areas of national park. And then there are more than 100 national parks in country roughly. And then there is community reserve. The Protection Act, there in inhabited areas, buffer zone. There was a state government of the consulting central government. 127 community reserve. Maximum is in state of biosphere reserve. UNESCO core buffer transition zone. 18 biosphere zone. And then tiger reserve, the national tiger wildlife sanctuary, government tiger reserve administered by NTCA. For the core area is called critical tiger habitat. That is largest vast. So core area and the buffer area 50 tiger reserves. Now it will be more 54 I guess. And bird sanctuary more than 70 bird sanctuaries are there in India. There's around 70, that is around 127. Vice reserves around 1819. And then the protected states. Andhra Tiger reserves in news. We know the Nagarjun Sagar Sri Sailam Tiger Reserve. This is spread over 3,008 kilometers. Andhra Pradesh. Again, this was asked. Atapaka Bird Sanctuary in the Koluru Lake. So again, Koluru Lake, the largest freshwater lake. So it's also an important bird area. In Odisha, we have Nalabana and Churi, the core area of Ramsar, Shilika, Arunachal, we have Thali Valley. Because some new snake species have been discovered here. Zero Valley, Thali Valley, and then Namdapa National Park, its largest protected area is in Arunachal Pradesh, third largest national park. Madhya Pradesh, we have Bandhavgarh. Bandhavgarh is new because of a reserve forest, declared national park. And then Navara Dehi Sanctuary, two major basins. It was successful tiger relocation, potential for cheetah introduction, and one Vihar, it's in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. So this is about one we have. Then we have Satpura Tiger Reserve, it's in south of Narmada River, Satpura National Park, Bori, the Denva River. So Denva River is flowing through the Satpura river. Papikonda National Park, 6 of Andhra Pradesh. And again, it's an important bird and biodiversity area. Amrabad Tiger Reserve is the largest tiger reserve in the country. Well, it was part of this thing. Chenchu's puberty, mouse deer is found here. And there's Kaval, and it's Sayadri mountain ranges of Telangana. Godavari and Kadam rivers flow through the Kaval, Godavari and Kadam. And then we have in Goa, we have Mahadai Wildlife Sanctuary. Uh, and then it's an important bird life area also. There is Bandipur Tiger Reserve located in Karnataka. So this is important. Bandipur Tiger Reserve in Karnataka. Apart from that, apart from it is the second highest tiger population. I think we know that Jim Corbett is the first, and then it shares boundary with the other national parks, important Nagarhole, Wayanad, Mudumalai, so contiguous zone as we discussed, and then we have Kaziranga National Park, so located on the edge of Himalayan biodiversity, Golaghat, Nagaon district of Assam, Ulaanbaatar forms its national park, and that was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Tiger Reserve just identified the important bird area by BirdLife International. So moving forward, so as we see here, there is a uh, uh, BirdLife area. Okay, then moving forward, it is about The species world largest, fastest ant are an ant, and then Tamil Yoman. It's a butterfly, state butterfly of Tamil Nadu, endemic to Western Ghats. Maharashtra was the first state to declare butterfly, and that was asked. That's why. So we have Uttarakhand common peacock. Common peacock is a butterfly, and so bird wings is also a butterfly. Bird wings, and then banded peacock. So peacock name is there, but it's a butterfly. Purple frog, it's endemic to Western Ghats. It's called a living fossil, very important. Purple frog, Maveli. Then there's emerged for the it's endangered. Edge, evolutionary distinct global endangered list, ranked third in the list of. And edge species are animals having high edge score. Okay, Zoological Survey of India has launched this conservation initiative. Edge, other major species are the list of Bengal floricon, Ganges dolphin, hawksbill turtle, gharial, and then dwarf is there, an Indian flap shell turtle, peacock, soft shell turtle, Persian turtle shield, flap shell turtle, turtle shield, a new central program of our endangered turtle, and then we have least concern Indian peacock, soft shell turtle, vulnerable. So moving forward, you have Ganges dolphin. We have four freshwater dolphins in the world. National Aquatic Animal. Previous question. Susu, then dolphin endangered. World Wildlife Fund takes up the annual census in collaboration with UP and Department. 50-kilometer long liver and such. Tandem boat survey method is being used, unlike the direct counting method. And then Irrawaddy dolphins is also the highest single lagoon population. So Chilka Lake has this. Haurabara busted arid areas running in northern Asia. It's a vulnerable thing. And then duck-billed platypus it was downgraded. So it is a mammal as we know. Then the Chinese paddlefish been declared extinct. Okay, Chinese paddlefish, Chinese have made it extinct. And then Drosophila, Asian Pacific Drosophila Research Conference, red brittle star. We have Odonos nivelis, and then we have orangutan. So uh, orangutan is important because it was only orangutan died in the northern Odisha. So orangutans are the one of the world's three surviving species of great apes. The thing conservation status IUCN critically endangered. Important orangutan, and then Chinkara gazelles. Least concern Chinkara Wildlife Sanctuary. Karnataka's uh, state board has notified Bukkapatna Chinkara Wildlife Sanctuary in Tumkur district. Bukkapatna forest is perhaps only documented place in Karnataka for all the three species of antelopes. So this is Bukkapatna, again important one in Karnataka. Then moving forward about Chinkara, then come to pangolin. So pangolin में Satpura Tiger Reserve, most traffic mammals we know. Then scaly entities, toothless animals. Scales are their only mammals wholly covered in scales. This is key fact. Indian pangolin is endangered. That is critically endangered. Then we have under Schedule 1 largest subterranean fish found in Meghalaya's Jaintia Hills. It is 40 centimeter long golden mahshir, similar to almost golden mahshir. And then this was a question, I believe. Flame-throated bulbul. Flame-throated bulbul called Ruby Gula. She was another mascot of the 36th National Games. Oh, so this was chosen as a mascot to the state bird of Goa. So that's where it has been. It's also asked, man. Schedule 4 of the Wildlife Protection Act. You see how many questions have been coming. It has been found a multicellular organism with no mitochondrial DNA, non-oxygen breathing animal. So Enagula salmon. Process of de-evolution. So it's part of it. And also we have Assam roof turtle, and the silhouette thing endangered, Philippine eagle critically endangered, gold coated fungi. So gold coated fungi, this is a fungi discovered in Australia, and then we have steppe eagle thing. We have the categories extinct, last individual died, extinct in the wild, members only survive only in captivity. So as you know, captivity highest is the US, and then critically endangered species in India, like If you see the list and mammals, we have shrew, all the shrews, and then rat, large rock rat, squirrel, and the flying squirrel, civet, Malabar civet, rhinoceros, Sumatran rhinoceros, and Javan rhinoceros. Among the birds, we have migratory species such as Bayer's pochard, Siberian crane, spoon-billed sandpiper. Non-migratory, we have white-billed heron. Grassland species, we have florican, bustard, Jordan, courser, sociable lapwing. These are all on this one is already a question. And vultures, we have Indian vulture, we have red-headed, we have slender billed, we have white back. These are all the vultures. And then in UP, Jatayu Conservation Breeding Center is there also in UP. Sort of first, and then Jatayu Breeding Center, Pinjore. Jatayu Conservation Center, Pinjore was the first conservation center in the country. So then the Himalayan quail and pink-headed duck was also there. And then there's crocodile, there's gharial, there's hawksbill turtle, there is hawksbill turtle as a reptile. There is four-toed river terrapin, red groundhog turtle, Bengal roof turtle. There's fin frogs. We have Annamalai flying frog, Gundia Indian frog, Kerala Indian frog, Charles Darwin frog, Kuttekar bubbleness frog, amblebush frog, small bush green-eyed bush frog. So we have all such frog species. Tiger toad, shark. We have Pondicherry shark. We have Ganges shark. We have sawfish. We have fire corals. We have Rameshwaram ornamental parachute spider. We have Guti tarantula. We have recently pygmy hog. So the recent changes, you can observe pygmy hog, so from critically endangered to endangered, Condana rat also to endangered, forest owlet endangered, solid leatherback turtle. So all these things have been downgraded to some extent. I'm going to forest Indian State of Forest report. Already a question has come up on this in terms of arranging the forest area and such things. So just observing some of the key facts is that if you see total forest, we know it's 24, roughly 24%, very dense forest, uh, 70% increased. So and so forest in hill areas, total geographic forest cover in hill areas is 40% of total geographical areas in this district. If you see there's non-forest area, highest scrub, open forest. So if you see observe, it is moderately dense forest, which is highest among the all categories on the in the forest, moderately dense, and then there's open forest, and then very dense. Madhya Pradesh, we know, is the largest, followed by Arunachal, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Maharashtra. So this is the key facts. So and then in terms of forest, Mizoram, we saw forest fires in Mizoram happening frequently. Arunachal Pradesh, there's Meghalaya, there is Manipur, all three northeast, top three. Then in terms of increase, it is Karnataka, it is Andhra Pradesh, Kerala. I've seen increase top three. Loss is again the northeastern things. This is Manipur, Arunachal, and Mizoram. Because of forest fires, total forest area in tribal districts. So it's about 37%. These are the things. Wetland, Gujarat is the largest wetland within the Gujarat has the largest wetland. Gujarat has the largest area of wetlands within the RFA in the country, followed by West Bengal. So this is about Gujarat, and then Andaman Nicobar country as a whole, there are wetlands covering 3% of the area. Coming to mangrove cover, there's a net increase in the mangrove cover, what it says. And then mangrove, West Bengal has 42.45% of mangrove cover, followed by Gujarat. So here West Bengal comes first. So continuing the forest thing. So forest fire, as we know, 21% of the forest cover is highly prone to the highly to extreme fire prone region. And then if you check the carbon stock, yes, soil organ carbon constitutes 56% of the total carbon forest stock in the country, soil organic carbon. And then biodiversity, maximum tree diversity has been found in tropical wet green semi evergreen forests, followed by northeastern state. Karnataka has the maximum species richness for trees, Karnataka, again here. And Arunachal Pradesh has the maximum richness for species, and all types of plants are considered. And bamboo cover, as we know, Madhya Pradesh has the maximum bamboo bearing area, followed by Maharashtra. So this is one thing. And then depending on the Madhya Pradesh is preferred to bamboo, I think, northeast. And then depending on coal wood is highest for the state of Maharashtra. And the growing stock of wood. And forest fire, notice is there. You know that based on forest fire inventory, more than 60% of India's forest is vulnerable to some kind of forest fire. The fact is, very important about the forest fire. And it's given to human activity causing this fire, but also recently the fire also known as clouds, the heat, nuclear, gas, cloud flow, and the special features of support the extent of tree outside forests in the country, and the land biodiversity, refined the forest type map, mapping the fire-prone forest areas, and then there is a wetland in forest areas, wetland in forest areas also. So this is one aspect which we must always remember. So yeah, so this is the thing. And then wetlands and forest area first, slows major invasive species talked about. Dean Forest, I think we saw one news about where Dean Forest was part of. Sorry, that was Dean University. Sorry. Important species in Forest Advisory Committee asked states to come up with a criteria from Dean Forest. So currently, if you see forest defined as categories as 1%, okay, not much. So right, not either not recorded or notified. The court has ordered the states to identify some of these. The category of forest mentioned in Odisha state forest, how the status is severely unclear, and the forest landscape restoration. Uh, you know, and then announcement in the wake of COP14 had happened, UNCCD. India will take over the presidency from China, and then we have an India National Afforestation and Eco Development Board. So is in partnership with IUCN is doing this, and so if you see this body, National Forestation Eco Development Board, and the Ministry of Forest is there, 1992. So this is a body planting, ecological restoration, and eco-development activities. Now coming to forest ecological landscape restoration, it's the same old thing. Significance is yeah, it'll further our commitment towards the thing, commitment to bond pledge. So moving forward, rural wasteland atlas, as you know, our rural development ministry has released a wasteland atlas. As a key fact about the wasteland atlas, and we have forest plus 2.0. So this is by US aid, in coordination with our Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So Forest Plus, it's in relation also with the RED Plus, reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. And to achieve this target, Forest Plus 2.0 has three focal points of action. And then RED Plus is a climate change mitigation solution. Um, Developer parties of UNFCCC incentivize developed countries to all these things. Moving forward, achievements is ecosystem health. Miyawaki style of afforestation technique, it's of Japan, Kerala, government adopted it. It was raising indigenous and native trees in dense plantation, mimicking the forest setting, to mimic the forest setting and plant. It is a mobile app, M Hariali encourage public engagement in planting trees. So this is about the app, this automatic geotagging of plants. UNCCD 14 UNCCD is there. The first time India will be hosting the event, and there was also question directly in the mains. So agreed to include land tenure, new thematic areas, adoption of daily declaration, peace forest initiative, recovery of 5 million tons. This was also part of it. Peace forest initiative is an initiative of South Korea. Okay, to initiative of South Korea to provide a platform that, and then there's United Nations. This is a decade. There's a drought toolbox also been launched. Currently being part of the drought initiative. Uh, Many organizations are involved in the drought thing. So it's a lot of knowledge bank. And then we have the Bond Challenge. We know 2011 Bond Challenge, Germany and IUCN. Apart from that, there's New York Declaration on the Forest. In CCD, we know part of the legally binding international agreements. Specifically addresses arid, semi-arid, and dry humid areas. One of the three Rio Convention of Unification and CBD. There's 10-year strategy also earlier, and the new UNCCD strategic framework. To achieve the land degradation neutrality, this is a key term, land degradation neutrality. So this is very important, and it also publishes Global Land Outlook. Secretariat is in Bonn, Germany. Other initiatives of JCD is very important considering the context. International Coalition for Action on Sand and Dust Storms. So this is an important thing. Sand and dust storms. It was launched at UN CCD COP14 in New Delhi. Partners include WMO, UNCCD, UNDP, UNEP, UNFAO. All right, this thing, and then WHO, other institutions. Understand the storm. And then we have 3S. This is Initiative of Sustainability, Stability, and Security. So, what is the 14 countries? Sustainability, stability, and security there, and Youth Caucus on Desertification of Land. National Youth Caucus on Desertification of Land, a former constituency of UNCCD, was launched. The caucus facilitated through voluntary partnership and then adopt now. It's a call for leadership on climate resilience report. So adopt now the global call for leadership on climate resilience report. This is about adapt now. So it was raised in COP14 climate resilience report adapt now. Okay. So much here. We move forward. India's announcements, as we saw, they wants to restore nearly 50 lakh hectares of land in the next 10 years, and then Central Institute of Forest. That's soil organic carbon. There is report will emphasize the importance of soil organic carbon, preventing land degradation and desertification. Soil organic carbon. Uh, the carbon comprises of plants, animals, in the soil various state of decomposition. It affects many soil properties such as hydrology, structure, its habitat, and then all the three global indicators of soil degradation, nutrients, and the factors affecting soil carbon level. Factors which affect are temperature. First thing we know, temperature, erosion of soil erosion, important variable for soil texture, soil moisture, soil salinity and acidity. Again, dimensions have already been asked. Vegetation and biomass production. So this is important to focus, especially from the mains perspective. In land neutrality, so there are three indicators of land degradation neutrality are the trend in land cover, land productivity dynamics, measured as net primary productivity, and carbon stocks, which is measured as soil organic carbon. So soil organic carbon, land cover change, and land productivity dynamics, which is measured in terms of net primary productivity. So this is the response of the ecosystem functions. Ecosystem payment. India's first payment for ecosystem agreement has started showing up, especially in the Palampur Municipal Council of Himachal Pradesh. So it's the same thing, payment for ecosystem. So novelty of this principle arises when we focus on beneficiary pays principle. So it's talking about beneficiary pays principle rather than polluter pays principle. So this is the thing. Global for Assessment Report on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services. This is by IPBES. It's the first and independent body. India is also a member of this to strengthen the science policy interface. It does not say anything new about science. And moving forward, 70% of Earth's land surface is significantly altered, and 85% of wetland area has been lost. Direct changes in land and sea, direct exploitation of organisms. So we can all quote these findings even with towards the limits to growth, such things. And for the assessment of IC targets, so Article 4, moderate progress, 7 targets. IC biodiversity targets are there, 20 targets, and then offered at COP10 at Nagoya, Japan. And then green economy, environmental economist Pawan Sukhdev was awarded the 2020 Tyler Prize for his green economy. So there was an award presented to him, Tyler Prize, 1973 it was instituted. And green economy, UNEP is it for improves the human well-being. Green economy is improves human well-being, build social equity, while it does significantly reduce the environmental risk and ecological scarcities. So, report on the TEEB. The economics and benefits of biodiversity, also hosted by UNEP. Once the green economy was initiated in 2008, UNEP launched the Green Economy Initiative in 2008, and then we have the TEEB plus country, 5 countries including India. And then TAPE is hosted by UNEP, uh, making the nature's values visible. So 2010, it released its report. So, moving forward, natural capital, we all know that in terms of stock and in terms of flow, example, pollinator habitat can be thought as natural capital, and pollinators. And then moving forward, natural capital global futures report, the global futures assessment report was launched. Global futures, report the global future of the globe, something like that. And then the key findings of the report include business as usual scenarios, 9.67% drop in annual GDP by 2050. There is sustainable pathway scenarios also. GDP loss of 0.18% happens taking place. And then we have lakes, wetlands, and coastal areas. Lakes, wetlands, and coastal areas. Lakes, wetlands, and coastal areas. Environmental and social framework. So, raised by Ministry of Environment and Social. CCOM under MOFCC is a national project in coral restoration. When taken up, technology is bio technology, name given substance to substance formed by electroaccumulation of minerals dissolved in seawater on the steel structures. Electroaccumulation of minerals dissolved in seawater on sea structures. From that, we know about coral reefs. Some basic points about coral reefs: Malvan, Angria Bank, and Netrani Island. New coral species have been discovered in Angria Bank also. The peculiarity is that in the middle of the sea, unlike the corals, in the middle of the sea, because I think it's a different thing. Natural and anthropogenic threats are also there for coral. So natural threats are what the environmental temperature rise, sediment from the rivers, deposition, salinity, the pH. Anthropogenic are like mining, bottom fishing, pollution. Chapter 17 of Agenda 21, International Coral Reef Initiative, informal partnership, and then UN World Conservation Monitoring Center. And then we have measures taken, compass all these things and initiatives. Moving forward, Palau is the first country to ban toxic reef toxic sunscreen. So it was Palau. Since sunscreen products contain oxybenzones, particularly harmful to coral reefs. Corals are most susceptible to coral bleaching, damaging the DNA of coral. So 10 Ramsar sites, I think Ramsar sites are being upgraded. We have to see the latest one, but here just focus on Andur Madhameshwar of Maharashtra. It's in Godavari, uh, Gadwa, and then this thing, and then there is critical endangered species Geoli minnow-fish. It has in Saman, it's in Saman is in Saman, so that's in UP. Samavgar Bird Sanctuary, that is also in UP. Samaspur Bird Sanctuary, it's in Raebareli, UP. And we have Sanji Bird Sanctuary, UP. There is River Dhara, Ganga, and then Parvati Bird Sanctuary, right? And then there's Sarsa in Jheel Sanctuary. There is BS Conservation Reserve, focusing, and there is Nangal Wildlife Sanctuary. There is Keshapur Myoni uh, Reserve. There is a Ramsar Conservation. Ramsar Conservation. Uh, Three pillars of the convention. The contracting parties, Montreal Accord. The Ramsar Convention has six international partners: BirdLife, IUCN, International Water Management Institute. Um, then we have Sundarbans.